Five.
All right. Good morning, Watershed Nature Center friends. My name's Danielle. I'm the main educator at the Watershed, and I'm also an SIUE grad student. So we're going to be going through on how to explore nature in your own yard. Unfortunately, with everything going on, we can't necessarily be exploring other places. So we're going to show you ways that you can do it in your own backyard. The Watershed has come up with a new 8-week program called Nature's Not Canceled. It's a new program that's going to show you ways to explore nature everywhere in your own backyard and your own front yard.
Excellent. And speaking of yards, we're in mine. So my name is Sheila. Today I'm your local friendly cameraman, but this is my yard and we have lots of birds, as you can hear. And thank you, Danielle, for coming this way. Danielle and I are practicing safe social distancing like we hope everybody is out there. But I'm simply a longtime friend of the Watershed Nature Center. I'm also a really proud board member and a longtime visitor. And I just want to take a brief moment before Danielle kicks us off here to send a message on behalf of the entire center. We're hoping everybody out there is staying healthy and well. This is new territory for us all. We're all kind of winging it. Get it? Winging it. This is a migration week. Sorry, little humor. Like all of you, we had tons of plans lined up for the spring. Tons of plans. We had restoration days scheduled. We had discovery days scheduled. But since we can't convene in person together with you all, we retooled all of that good stuff and turned it into something that Danielle just mentioned, our Nature's Not Canceled program. So it's really cool. Danielle, what do we have each week on Mondays and Wednesdays?
All right, so Monday we have a trivia quiz. So some of you might have already seen this week's quiz that was out today. It was all about migration. So each week we're going to have a different trivia quiz for you to answer, and each week's going to be a different topic. So once a week, a random person entry is going to be picked to win a Explorer Nature Pack, specially by the Watershed. It's going to be a little gift pack that you will receive. We will figure out the logistics of that later when we get our first winner.
Yep.
Wednesdays are going to be Facebook Live video. So this is our first Facebook Live video, so please bear with us. We are both educators, not actors. So Sheila is helping and also Sheila's son. So Wednesdays are going to be Facebook Live. So today we're going to show you, I'm going to be your main person in today's Facebook Live, but hopefully in the future we're going to have some other friends of the Nature Center who are maybe experts in the topic or just willing to help us out. So you won't see me every Wednesday, unfortunately, but maybe I'll make a peek here and there.
Excellent. And then on Fridays of every week, we're going to be pushing out weekend challenges. So these might include some at-home projects, some hands-on activities that you and your family can do over the weekend. And we would love to see your results. So please feel free to tag us on any photos. And then throughout the whole 8 weeks, be sure to take tons of photos of nearby nature, flowers, animals, anything that's waking up from the winter, and use the hashtag Nature's Not Canceled so we can track all your fun activity. So let's get to it then. Danielle is going to get us started with today's topic, which is citizen science in 3 steps. As a reminder, I'm your friendly neighborhood cameraman, but I'm also going to be looking at the questions that you post. So feel free to post questions during this live session, and I'll be able to see them. And hopefully between Danielle and I, we'll be able to answer as many of them as we can in real time. So please feel free to do that. Okay, Danielle, take us away.
All right, so now for the fun stuff. So this week's little topic is about migration. That's what your quiz was about, and that's what the challenge will be about on Friday, dealing with migration. So it's about that time of the year when the birds are flying back to the Midwest and find a place to nest, lay their eggs, and raise their young. So we want to make sure that they have a safe place for enough food that they're able to raise their young. So what we're going to do, though, is we're going to do a citizen science type thing that helps researchers document where the birds are flying from and how many birds are maybe in this area, because it's important to know for science. So we're going to pair this with citizen science. Some of you might not know what citizen science is. It's also called community science. Basically what citizen science is science projects, science data collection that anyone can do. You don't have to be an expert. I am not an expert. I am not a botanist. I'm not a zoologist. I'm an educator. So I might not know everything about everything that we're going to be talking about today, but citizen science is a way for me to contribute to that science community. It's for kids, it's for adults. There are many projects out there for all different topics that everyone can join into. So today, it might be a little intimidating, citizen science, but we're going to show you a way that it's going to be easy, free, and fun that you guys can do right in your backyard. So our first step is...
Okay, we have just a little FYI, we are using child labor, or I'm sorry, we're using our home graphics department for this really, really fancy graphic. So thank you, home graphics department. Okay,
Step
got
one
it.
is get outside and use all your senses. So today we're only going to focus on 2 senses. I do not recommend using the taste or touch for any of these things today. So our first activity, we're just going to do and take observations. Observations are very important. You can use observations for many different things. A lot of scientists use observation. It's an important skill to have, and we're going to teach you some easy ways to gain those skills today. So first, I'm going to pick a spot in Sheila's amazing yard. We've looked all around, so we're kind of going to travel into here a little bit, get right under these trees. And the first part is we're just going to observe. So first I'm just going to observe with my eyes. So I'm going to try to be as quiet as I can. Maybe if you have a pair of binoculars, or maybe you as an activity could make a pair of binoculars out of the toilet paper rolls, because I think everyone has toilet paper rolls.
I think they
right
do.
now.
I really think they do.
So I'm going to take about 30 seconds to just observe. Now I'm going to stand in the same spot, but I'm going to just turn around and make a 360 and see what I could see. I'm going to focus on birds today just because migration's kind of our subtopic for today's Facebook Live video. Alright, so it's that simple, that easy. You can observe with your eyes for as long as you want. You don't have to do it as quickly as I did. I just figure you don't want to see me walking around in a circle for the next 20 minutes, so we're going to move on. So our next one is we're going to use our ears to observe. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to stand quietly for about 30 seconds, close my eyes, and I'm just going to listen. Listen to all the different bird sounds. I might not be able to identify the sounds, and that's okay, but I just want to listen and acknowledge that there might be different birds around me. Alright, so again, you could do that for as short as long as you want to. It could be a nice little calming activity too. So our next step is going
graphics
to
department.
be document what you observe. This is a very important step. This is a way for you to be a scientist. Scientists are doing a lot of documenting. You want to keep track of what you observe so you don't forget it, so other people can also look at it. So there could be different ways to document. You could take pictures, take notes, sketch. So I'm actually, now you don't have to have some fancy sketchbook. I just have a little notebook here that I got. It could be any size you want. I am not an artist. I am not that great at drawing. Do you want to hold this one? Thank you. But I maybe might just want to draw some things I observed. Now, I didn't see too many birds in this area. I just saw one up there. So maybe I'll just kind of draw the tree that the bird was in. Again, I am not an artist. Not an art major.
So
Right.
I will just take this moment right here to say what Danielle is demonstrating, observation and documentation. These are 2 really important science skills. They form the basis of science. I will also say that right now these 2 activities are super therapeutic. Trust me, if you're outside and you do what Danielle is doing for a long period of time, she and I are abbreviating this for the sake of this Facebook Live feed, but if you do this and you practice observing, documenting, sketching, we promise your heart rate will slow down. You'll feel better You'll feel better. We promise.
All right. So this
There you
is
go.
my
Look
great
at that.
artwork. So I also wrote some things. So I heard a lot of bird sounds. I heard about 3 different bird calls, and it kind of sounded like 2 of them were talking back and forth with each other. So these aren't super, super in-depth, just simple, easy things that you can do. Also, you could take pictures with a camera phone or even just a camera. It does not matter. You could take videos. So the next steps, our final and third step, is going to be to share what you observe on citizen science apps.
Excellent.
So we have 2 favorite apps. There are many apps, and we will share different apps on our website under the Education and Nature's Not Canceled. Those will be up later today. But we're just going to demonstrate 2 apps for you today. So our first app is going to be called iNaturalist. You can see here it's iNaturalist, and there's a little green bird. So if you want to find it in your app store, it is free. You should be able to click it and it comes up right away. So iNaturalist, when you pull it up, it's going to look like this. We are in Sheila's backyard. As you could see, Sheila has already, she's a master at iNaturalist.
Sorry, we got some glare here. Here, let's move around. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Perfect, perfect. That's better.
Sheila has already documented a ton of different things that she's found in her own backyard.
I am slightly obsessed with iNaturalist.
Each of these points, each of these data points is a species that she's located right here in her own yard. And this is something that you can do in your front yard, your backyard, maybe you took a walk around the neighborhood. You could do it anywhere. So each color coordinated this point. So red is going to be our insects, our arachnids. Blue, let's hope that comes up, is going to be our animals, our reptiles, amphibians. So here's a possum. So let's kind of go through. So when you click on a data point, it's going to show you a picture. This is Sheila's very own picture. It's going to tell you the name and all the scientific names, and then it's going to tell you where it was found. And then we have green. Obviously green. Green is going to be for plants and flowers. And then pink is going to be for fungus.
Mushrooms.
So the cool thing about this app is I can scroll all the way out. You could scroll as far out as looking at the whole United States.
And the whole world, if you want.
Yes, the whole world. And it will load other data points. So these are not all data points that Sheila has made. These are data points that everyone has made. Anyone can do this. So here is
The watershed.
the watershed.
I think a few more. Oh, there we
go. So we've
Look
had
at
a lot of activity at the watershed, and that's awesome. So I hope you guys can continue to add data points around your neighborhood, around the watershed.
That's all you guys. So when you see those dots right there, that's not like scientists with lots of letters after their name. That's you guys. That's everybody going out and simply taking the time, being willing to take the time to go out and document, take pictures of animals and plants and upload them into this iNaturalist app that Danielle is showing us now. And what results is this really cool snapshot of all the diversity of life that lives in these areas. So it's super cool, and it wouldn't be possible unless there were citizen scientists like you.
Awesome. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to run you quickly through how this app works. So say I'm on a nature walk, and I'm just walking
On a
around,
nature walk, walking around.
and then I see this very cool wildflower over here.
Whoa.
Now, I'm not necessarily, you don't have to know what the species is to document it. So what I want to do first is I'm going to just open up my regular camera app because I want to just take some pictures. Maybe I want to take some of the buds, the leaves. Now if you touch it, just be gentle and also make sure it's not anything poisonous. The stems. Oh, there's a little bit of the inside. Awesome. So I just took some pictures on my phone. So that way I could just keep those as observations as my documenting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to iNaturalist. Let's show you guys. I'm going to click the observe button because that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to go ahead and try to take the best picture I can. So you can either, I'll show you guys this, you can either take a picture right on iNaturalist, or I can upload my picture. So let's try and upload my picture and see what comes up. So it's going to take you to this screen. What did you see? View suggestions. So this part is going to load. And then I'm going to try and look through each of these to see which one matches it the best. So, bloodroot I think matches it the best, and it is in fact bloodroot. So this is going to tell us the date, the time, my location, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share it. And now, if we go back to Sheila's yard, there should be a new data point. It's just going to take a little bit to load. So, yep, it's still loading.
So the thing about that, so she's just made her first observation. So that's as easy as that. That's all. Take a picture, upload it. And again, let me reiterate that iNaturalist is absolutely free. All you need to do is create an account using your email address. That's it.
So another cool thing about this app is it has projects and guides. So if I click on projects, there's going to be projects nearby.
Look at all those cool projects nearby.
Sheila has her own project that she's been adding to. So Sheila has identified 238 species in her yard and has made almost 400 observations.
Again,
that
I'm
is
a little nerdy about this.
Amazing. So it's going to go through. The Watershed also has their own projects, so does the SAUE Gardens, and you could just go through and find all these different projects. So that's a little bit about iNaturalist, and then we're going to go to our next app, which is Seek, and Seek is actually made by the same people. It's also made by iNaturalist. So Seek is a great one. So when you pull up Seek, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to tell you your location. Now you can kind of set the filter to what you want to find. All these different things. We're just going to set it to all species. Now, let's continue on our little walk and say that there is something that, again, you don't know what it is. So we're going to step over here. So I found this plant and I'm not sure what it is. So I'm going to use Seek to get that big camera. And this, I think, is very cool. So if you just set, let's see, where am I at? There we are.
Sorry for the glare, people, but you get the idea.
If you just set your camera, you don't have to take a picture yet. Just set your camera over the plant, the animal, the insects. Oh, there it goes. Oh, it keeps going back and forth. It will tell you what it is. So it says, that's it. Now take a picture. So let's take a picture. So it's going to tell you, you observed a new species. So this is something I haven't observed yet. It's the Indian strawberry. If you hit view species, it's going to tell you all about that species, range map, all the taxonomy. It's going to tell you taxonomy, all the different things. So it's going to tell you what season it grows best in and similar species. Also, it might have different pictures too, so you can even compare. So that's another cool one. And this app also has some challenges. So they're kind of similar to the projects on iNaturalist. So you could become part of these different challenges. So some of them are a little old, so you will have to go and find new challenges. I think it came up, yeah. So this was one back in 2019. Add observations with the Seek camera to earn our planet badge. So you can earn badges. So those are going to be our two main apps that we're going to go over today. But again, there's going to be so many different apps that we have that you guys are going to be allowed to look at. And we'll post those later on our website.
Excellent. So that was great, Danielle. Thank you. Everybody, you did great. You did great. Please, everybody, continue to take part in the Nature is Not Canceled experience. Again, we've got Monday quizzes. We've got Wednesday Facebook Live sessions. And Danielle already plugged next Wednesday's Focus on Frogs. We're going to be joined by another SIUE grad student and hopefully maybe a faculty member. And And then we'll end each week on Friday with a project or some sort of weekend activity that you guys can do together. And again, throughout the entire 8 weeks, remember to take lots of photos of plants and animals and share them out using the Nature's Not Canceled hashtags. And until then, let's just sign off by saying stay well, everybody, and get outside because nature's not canceled. Thanks, Danielle.
Awesome.
Good job.
Thank you,
Yay.
guys. We'll see you next
Bye, guys.
week. Bye.
Bye.